Fresh out the box. Fresh out the box. Fresh out the box. I'm fresh out the box. I'm fresh out the box.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Fresh Out the Box Plays Fantasy Age 2nd Edition from Green Ronin Publishing. I am, as always, your Game Master, Johananon.
It's me, Casualty CDG, and the reason you never see my hands is because Jahan is a hand puppet and my hand is up his butt. I'm happy to be reprising my role as Cedric, the Appraiser of Koath.
I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbinian, and I am reprising my role as Harzar Steelflame, the Drakish Orcish envoy of the Nagami tribe.
And 'tis I, Aaron Bamier, tonight coming back as Temo Pabb, the mountain folk, goat person, warrior, and bodyguard to Harzar Steelflame.
Gary's hands in my butt. Apparently.
And demonetized.
Put it on a shirt. Put it on a shirt. Yeah, hey everybody. Last time on D&D, no, I'm just kidding. Last time on Fantasy Age, you guys decided to investigate the imp body pile. They seem to have been distilling something out of the boils of the plague corpses, which is pretty gross. You defeated them and got one of them to join your team, making a contract with Temo Pabb. After which, they led you into the tunnels where you found an ancient temple, for lack of a better term, a shiny crystal temple in the ground, carved with dark magic. It seems that this is where the imps came from originally, whenever they came through. You defeated the sentinel that was meant to guard the portal device. Upon doing so, Temo is led to jump across the gap, the ravine, the fall of eternity, to where the portal device supposedly is. The imp then instructed you to place your hand inside of the demon's mouth, which you did. And after a few burning, agonizing seconds later, you pulled your hand out to find a gem has been soldered to your hand. A blood-colored gem. And your new imp companion seems pleased with this. Yes, I knew it would accept you. Well done.
I feel like I'm gonna regret this. What?
Maybe.
What do you mean, accept me? What is this?
Something that only someone of a demonic blood could wield. I am not strong enough, but you are. Where's this fucking little thing's name?
so that's what the elders were worried about.
Your elders are worried? Oh, about your heritage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yes, it seems that you were the right recipient. And he just sitting on your shoulder looking at your hand.
So what do I feel with this gem? Like, does
It's
my
hot.
arm feel weird, or like
Your arm
it's
feels
hot?
a bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
A little tingly. Maybe like stronger, but like not actually.
Okay.
It kind of hurts. It kind of
Yeah.
makes you. You're probably a little tired too after this whole ordeal, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Okay. We'll have to deal with this later. I look back and see across the gap where Karzar and Cedric are and how they're doing.
Last I recall, they both were fine. Gary
They were
got
taking it.
disconnected at the end of that one.
Yes, we found out that if you have all the window units going at the same time, then it flips the breaker.
Nice.
So now we don't put all the window units on at the same time. So this time I will not suddenly disconnect.
That's good.
No promises,
Accident.
actually. Let me take that back. This time I might suddenly disconnect.
Oh, shit.
Shouldn't.
But
Could.
will.
Probably. Definitely. Maybe.
We did get 5 plus Arcon plus level and health. I took mine. I don't think you got yours because that's why we're still on this side because we were taking 5 minutes to catch our breath. So I
Did
don't
we
know if you
level?
took any damage. 'Cause I certainly did.
3?
No.
I actually don't remember.
Level? After last game, yeah, probably. That's probably fine.
Cool.
We're on episode 7. So yeah.
Oh,
Being-
dang. That happened quick.
It did happen really quick.
Oh, we ding?
We leveled up at some point during this.
Yeah, you guys are level, what, 3 now?
2, right? But
We
going
were
are
at 2 originally.
But take us to 3.
Yeah. I feel like this is an appropriate place. That battle was pretty hard. You guys, had a tough time. And there was death on the table, so yeah, it feels like a good time to level you guys up.
Plus, we're playing Fantasy Age 2nd Edition, so maybe people at home need help leveling, and maybe they want to hear about what we do.
Very
Did
much.
good.
Very possible.
Do you want us to keep our current hit points, by the way? Or
We'll
Like
do
our max changes, but our current stays the same.
Yeah, that's probably fine. That probably makes sense.
I'm helping.
I would have been like video game logic all day.
I almost said literally the words
feel
video
like-
game logic. I almost literally said that.
That's me. I'm that guy.
okay.
I like the idea of you guys still being like hurt. It's fun. It's fun for me. It is fun to do the level up heal thing, but like at the same time, it's like, I've learned so much, I feel better. Oh shit, Gary turned on too many window
I
units.
turned on a yeah.
What a jerk!
I mean, wasn't that attached to the idea?
Oh, he's like, fuck this.
Hey,
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do a level up together on the stream so people can check it out. Hey, if you're curious, yeah, 2nd edition is available, and you can get it with the code Fresh Out the Box for a discount. I remember how much it is, like 5%. So,
1d6 plus con? Question mark. Is
hey,
that
look,
right?
it's Gary. Just turn on the window units. We're making jokes.
Ha ha ha. No. Actually, I thought that would be good, but it was just. I don't know what it was. A hiccup, perhaps.
Happens. Yeah, 20
Oh, it's
page 28 in this book is where you level advance.
oh, that's perfect. That's what I wanted to do. So we only bump our specialization up when it says a specialization talent advancement,
Yes.
right?
But-
So like on level 2, we didn't have the option,
Correct.
but this time we cool.
Health advancement. You get a health advancement. It's 1d6 plus con. So that's pretty simple. Stunt advancement. You begin play with access to all basic stunts, but you can learn a new one from an advanced stunt table with each advancement. So you can learn another stunt. That's in chapter 6. Stunts. You can also talents. Yeah, you can do a talent advancement. When you gain a talent advancement, your character... Oh, when you gain one. So we'll see if you do. Then specialization advancements. Let's see. Specialization.
Social scores.
Okay, this is an odd leveled... Okay, yeah. So it says at even numbers, this happens. At odd numbers, this happens. So at odd numbers... so level 3, you gain 1 ability advancement, which you must spend on a secondary ability. So none of your primary abilities. You gain 1 specialization talent advancement. So yes, you can advance a specialization talent this time. You gain a focus. 1 ability focus chosen from your secondary abilities. So none of your hot stuff. Good morning. That's a bad sunburn you've got, Casualty. Lols.
Yeah, in my mind, my desert dwarf is a little bronze in skin, sort of reddish. Still a skin tone, but maybe the reddest side of a constantly burned desert dwarf skin tone.
Yes, you gain an ability focus to your secondary ability. And I believe that's everything that you guys gain this time. When it comes to specialization talent advancements, I actually think that you can do a new one, huh?
If you qualify, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
interesting.
Because usually the first specialization you take, the only requirement is that it's something your class can take. Anything after that, if it has prereqs, you have to have the prereqs to take it.
yeah. But you're not bound to your previous specialization, which I do not believe was the case last in the first edition.
You could. It just it didn't really spell it out very much. But and the thing was, you got your specialization at level 3, so you were always building up to qualifying. Whereas now your very first specialization thing is for free. So you can dabble in something and then go into something else, which is nice because that way you're like, oh, I don't like this as much as I thought.
No, I like the customization for sure. Yeah.
Oh.
And it looks like this level up is the same for everybody. So, yep. Because we don't have the mage. He's the only one I think that dips different.
We are grabbing courage as a willpower focus.
Ooh. See, that's why I like that it forces you to go secondary.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause it helps you round out a little bit. It keeps you from going, like, solidly, like, glass cannon or anything. You know what I mean? Like, over-specializing and stuff.
Yeah.
It makes you
And
more
Yeah,
realistic.
because over specializing in age usually gets you in trouble. It really wants you to build wide, not tall.
Mm-hmm. I've kind of noticed that.
What's up, Pango? May you beat the odds and beat your enemies. But yeah, so let me know if anything interesting happens with your level ups. Temo, you have a magic item. I have named it Hell's Arsenal.
Oh,
You can call it
that sounds fun.
that if you like.
Noted.
No, you guys are still underground in this base. Continue with your level ups by all means, but if you start to get an inkling as to what you want to do next, start letting me know so that I can prepare accordingly. I have some stuff ready to go, but I wasn't exactly sure what you guys are going to want to do.
I do have one more
I'm gonna
question for
do-
the imp
Yeah?
before I jump back. And that is, what is this supposed to be?
His name
Why
is Nazglob.
Nazglob. Nazglob, what is this supposed to be?
It is an item of hellish power that its magical charge allowed us to travel through here, although I do not think the peoples that built it were using it properly. I don't think it was meant to summon imps.
Interesting.
I'm interested to see what you are able to do with it.
Me too, if I'm being honest. And at this point, I'll be moving toward the rest of the party to regroup.
You jump across the schism again. It's easier this time because you're higher up. You're high going to low, so I'm not going to make you roll. Last time you were low going to high, it's much harder.
That makes sense.
It's going to make you hop across. So now you guys are standing in the center of this round room, shimmering, prismatic, smooth crystal walls, carved with dark magic, in front of a hallway that seems to lead out of here. Or, I mean, it's the way you guys came. So I would open it to lead out of here.
So I think we had come down here to scout it out because our dwarven friend Cedric had seen a pathway down to here on the way back, because we came out to the mountain marked where, like, an opening that looked down into the village, and we're like, oh cool. We start coming back and we're like, well, let's duck down here real quick and see what else is down there. Maybe there's more imp stuff to worry about. We were kind of right. We've cleared out everything that's here. There's nothing else in that room, right?
No.
So
It was just an altar that she put her hand in. That was all that was up there.
So I suppose
I share that when I get back, you know. Got an empty altar over here. Nothing else to see.
An altar to what?
Well, I kind of like look at my hands. Probably more demonic bullshit. There was this in it.
Now his glob's on your shoulder, and he'll nod. Yeah, demonic bullshit. You show them your hand, you said?
I go ahead and show. It's stuck in there for now. Feels okay, though. I don't think it'll affect our mission.
She shows you a cut gem color of blood sticking out of her palm.
Harzar will just kind of look over at Temo, meet him in the eyes, and just kind of. He's not sure what he's looking for. It's almost like he's searching for that hint of a soul being corrupted, or some reach of the old ones, or something like that. Trying to see if there's something that's changed in Temo.
How much does he see in your eyes there, Temo?
Well, this event and everything, so the Infernal Heritage, I'm trying to think. It probably feels a little bit weird. Like you know, it's a little bit like, it's probably fine. But you do have the question when you kind of look into my eyes a little bit, like, and not that Temo's not trying to reassure you, of course, that this is in no way jeopardizing her role as a Kierkenhoffet or anything else, so it might be easy enough to brush aside.
We don't know if it's good power, but we don't know if it's bad power. One thing we do know, it's power. I'm happy to have it on our side.
Cedric gets it.
Nazglob's gonna hop up on your shoulder. Like, oh no, it's evil.
Plus, that is just that's a great looking gem. Look at that. It's all laced with dark magic. You don't see these often.
Yeah, you know stuff about gems. Yeah, it is strange looking. You're not sure what the method of cutting was, but it seems interesting. It almost seems it looks like a cut gem, but it doesn't. You don't see the markings of.
Yeah, impossibly cut, right?
Yeah, you don't see the striation of like where they ground it and cut it. You don't see any of that kind of stuff.
Completely flawless cut.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
Oh.
Well, should it turn sideways, I think I'm in the right company. But I believe in the strength that Kirk has given me.
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
I see no need to separate myself from you. You don't give off the air of the corrupted. So, evil is one thing, but you know what I'm talking about, little thing. I'll point accusingly at the imp.
He's just gonna make eyebrows at you.
Yeah. We should probably start heading back to the church, let them know what we found, and warn them of this pass entry. They have a weakness in their defenses, and I imagine the church at least would appreciate knowing.
I'd hope so.
I'm gonna look around, and maybe I can make an intelligence check or something. Is there a way we can cause a cave-in here and just collapse this on our way out so that they don't have to worry about coming back up here? The townsfolk?
Inside the crystal cave, probably not, but maybe outside it.
Yeah, I'm trying to retrace our steps on the way in here. Like, is there a good spot that we could probably...
There's a very narrow opening to
spot,
get
maybe.
in here. It'd be easy to block.
Maybe in the meantime we could block this pathway out whenever we're on our way out. There was that narrow way we had to squeeze in.
Yeah.
So as long as we make it something that they could... makes it hard for imps to use, but it's something... Or demons to get through quickly, but it's something the villagers, if they wanted to clear it, they could still clear it. An impermanent seal would probably be good. Because they may want it as a escape route. Escape hatch. Or they may want to block it with nothing but stone.
Oh, you can block off this part of the cave without blocking off the rest of the cave, yeah. They would still be over.
Oh, you mean the crystal bit, like
Yeah,
the
the
little
crystal
entryway to go into there. I was thinking the wider bit. My bad. I had that mixed up.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a. You got any dwarfy like gem cutting or stone cutting skills?
Yes, I have intelligence evaluation.
Evaluation would work. Yeah, evaluation.
Yep. Boom! I have rolled a 15 with 2 stunty boys.
It's not bad, dog. You're able to figure out exactly how to. You're probably gonna have to get Tembo to smack something, but yeah,
Sounds good.
It's pretty easy. You only have to smack
that's
it hard,
the plan.
so.
Cause a little minor cave in for now. Block this all up. They
Yeah,
can come clear the rubble. If
The
they
rocks
want to.
will come roll down, and the imp will. You'll see the imp like do something with his hands when you do it, and like you look at him, and it's like he did a little like prayer. It's kind of cute. What's up, Eric Jackson?
Yo, Eric Jackson. That's my guy.
It's my guy.
It's my no.
I was looking at my mini Gary. I think it looks dope. I'm happy with it. I want to do more of these.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna do one all white, so he looks like he's made out of splooge. It's pretty gross.
I look forward to that, but don't use white. Use off-white and some like yellows to make it worse.
Ew, yeah.
Yeah.
It's gross. So anyways, you guys cause a cave-in, and you are now out of this area, you walk past the water basin that was in this little area, and then you are free to access the larger cavern that goes between the outside mountain pass and the crypt of the church, or temple, rather.
Did we see where this other path leads beyond? Like, do we know where that kind of spits us out, actually?
You saw that it spits
As
you
far as,
out
like,
at a
map?
hill outside of town.
Okay, that's right.
And it's one of those, as I recall, it was one of those, like, the opening's, like, blocked by the mountain. So it's like, you would, unless you know that it's there, you couldn't see it from a distance. We're like way up in north of the village, I think. Northwest, if I remember right.
Yeah. Sorry. Sometimes I don't pick up that you're talking to me because I am thinking. But yeah, you can enter back through the crypt, or you can go through the mountain pass. It's up to you.
Probably back to the crypt's the best move, yeah. Because we'd have to, because we don't know precisely how to get down from the mountain to the village. We know where it is, but they probably know these mountains more than we do. I'd rather not travel an unfamiliar hike.
Don't worry about it. Mountains are my second brother, heart, love, life, something.
So you want to go hiking down the mountain then?
I'd love to. John, you told me to let you know if I was
something
doing...
dwarf stuff. Yeah, what?
Yeah, exactly. something dwarf, heart, mountain, stone, rock and stone. Let's go. You told me to let you know if I was doing anything strange with my level up. And I'm doing something strange with my level up.
We do.
I am taking the Arcane Disciple specialization.
Okay.
So
That is
I get
interesting.
some mana and a spell. And I'm going to take Earth Magic. And it was perfect timing because I was already typing out my spell when you were like, let's not hike this. The spell I'm taking is the Earth Passage, where I can like create a hallway of smooth stone for like 40 or 80 feet, and we can just walk through it and just keep on chillaxing. So we'll have a pretty easy time getting out of here.
It's pretty sick.
It
Wouldn't
will
that
cost-
necessitate you doing it every so often to...
Yeah, I was going to say it will cost mana points and stuff, and it has to be open air on both sides, but I can still use it at points where it would get dangerous. I could just, carve into the rock a little bit here and a little bit there, boom, boom, make us a hallway and keep going. So it would never get too tough for us, so long as we had that to fall back on.
It's almost like one of those curated paths you see in nature and national parks.
Correct.
Like
It says
super
you
smooth.
touch an earthen or stone surface and open an unseen magical passageway through. The passageway is up to 50 square feet, 7 by 7 or 10 by 5 in diameter, and extends 10 feet per degree of Earth Arcana.
And it's invisible.
So there we go. We get to
Oh,
do a
so we're not
whole-
creating an easy siege path. It's not like you're earth bending. You're doing
Yeah,
the dark.
he's making it like a
shadow
shimmer
paths.
wall that you guys can like earth meld through.
Okay.
It is
and it's
cool.
probably going to be, for me, you'll see the shadows form around. The shadows will leave all the rocks nearby and all sort of form into the stone, and we'll walk through a shadow through the stone and come out of a shadow, and then the shadows go back into place.
That'd be cool. What
So
about
I've got a spell.
what about the shadows going and like you could see the shadow of a door on the ground, but like there's nothing
Yeah.
there. That'd be cool, huh?
Hell yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then you guys just like walk out. It's cool. I like it.
Yeah, I'll even say something like, make sure to get your shadows into the stone. And I'll point, and you guys will realize that our shadows have to go through the door. That's how it works.
That's
sounds made up.
And from where do you want to do this?
For me, it's a new spell that I've acquired. So right now, it's my only spell. It's in my back pocket. So we're going to be hiking down the mountain. So if at any point it becomes so treacherous that skill checks are involved, I will have this spell prepared in my pocket, ready to use. So cinematically, we can go down the mountain and use it a couple times, or we can play it out and roll skills and cast and stuff. I'm cool either way, however you want to do it.
I'll let you
it's
guys
here.
go down the mountain pass easily using the spell, and that way people can see what you can do. That way it becomes knowledge of the party. But yeah, so your dwarven companion is able to open the way for you guys. Very cool.
Where shadow meets earth.
Midwinter minis covered a mini in 100 layers of gloss varnish. It was pretty much what I described, so that's gross. It's gross. I'm not advocating for it. Don't do it.
Too late. You already said it.
Yeah, I
Too
know.
late.
All right, let's splooge out the bag. All right,
No.
so you all emerge from the mountainside, and you can see the town. It's not too far away, but you can also see where there is a trail that has been used by the mountain pass. I'm not sure how recently, but it definitely seems like people come up this way. And the imp did mention that they were giving their byproducts to people. So, and the byproducts, just for your recollection, are 1, plague pus, and then 2, these weird, like, glitter things that were floating in the boils that you have allowed the imp to hold on to a selection of. But yeah, so it is getting on in the day. It's probably, I would say, if I had to give it a o'clock, I'd say about 4.
So the sun's not down yet, but it's over. It's starting its dip.
It's over midday, but the sun is still up, yes.
Well, probably best we inform the church about what we found.
Sounds like a
And
good idea.
they'll inform who they wish to inform. Really. Since we did clear out their little catacomb problem.
I do take a moment to wrap my left hand with like a cloth.
To hide your demon stuff.
My demon stuff.
What about him? I point to the imp.
It's part of the contract that he stays quiet and out of the way, right?
Whatever you wish, mistress. He'll
Yeah,
laugh.
I don't like that.
He'll crawl, like, amongst your effects.
And he's
Yeah. I trust he knows how to stay out of sight, so long as he does.
Yeah, I mean, he is staying outside, yeah. He's okay with that.
Cool.
He'll make trouble for you, but not constantly. I feel like that's a little bit of a drag. So you guys return to the Temple of the Triumvirate to inform them what happened. You enter the temple. The priestess that you spoke with before. Oh, hey. We were wondering what happened to you. How did you get outside?
Well, you see, it became a little more complicated than a simple clearing of your underground. And I began to regale them with what we discovered and what we fought. And unless someone stops me, I don't really hide anything or gloss over anything. I just tell it as it is.
Basically, we just followed the stone.
I gestured. Dwarven wisdom at work.
Wow. Well, we're gonna have to do something about that passageway.
It does seem these demons, as far as we can tell, were harvesting from the dead, but they weren't. They're not the cause of this plague, as far as we can tell. At least not in this manner.
Did you mention the demonic pact?
I do, unless someone stops me. I have no reason to lie.
Do you stop him, Temo? Or are you okay with it?
I sort of interrupt and gloss it over with
Yeah.
like
Like,
a
all it
brief
take-
story. Yeah, of
Yeah,
like
all
how
it takes is you starting to gloss over, or you just touching me to go, It's like, oh, cool. I'm not an inquisitor. I don't have to out you if I don't have to.
Nah, no one's paying me, so it's not my business.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's quite the tale. Glad that you cut off the demon cave, but I guess we'll have to. Now that we have the wood, we shall start to remove the bodies. Thank you for clearing the demons. I'm glad they're all dead.
Well, demons will probably always be a thing that you have to worry about so long as you come across death and decay. But sooner we can resolve this plague, the less that's going to be a worry.
Resolve the plague.
Well, I suppose the plague resolves itself. I always assume that that Morgus fellow's gonna do something about it if he doesn't make it worse. But who knows?
Yeah, he's been hanging around a lot. He's creepy.
Yeah, thanks for taking him off our hands.
I'm sure the insights he divines will be of aid in understanding this disease for all our sakes.
Yeah, I'm hoping he'll be back next game, but you know, he just moved, so it's hard.
Where'd he move to exactly? Sorry, I was in game for a second. My brain just derailed. I was like, huh? Oh, duh.
Yeah, Keanu moved to LA.
Yeah. I had this image in my head of like them playing poker, and for some reason he went to another town. I'm like, why did he move to another town? Yes.
Yeah. So Morgus will rejoin eventually, but yes, he is still doing research. I'll let that keep playing out. But you'll see some of the attendants starting to drag the plague bodies out into a pile outside.
And forgive my mercenary nature, but if there's any way you could see that myself and my companions are justly compensated in some manner, maybe not necessarily coin, as good as and universal as that is, but this was a rather far more perilous endeavor than bandits in the catacomb.
You're a catacomb. Okay. Yeah, let's look at some compensation options here. Because I could pay you guys if that's what you want.
Well, they should give us fiefdom, you know, let us seize the church as our base of operations.
No.
Saints of the land.
No one
clearing out their
here.
basement.
Only one person has the ability to give people land in this town.
Well, unless
No
the
offense,
church
I don't wanna
seizes it
live
with
in
power.
this hellhole anyways. This place is awful.
You
But
know,
you can get the underground bit. That'll be your part of the fiefdom.
There's sky in every direction as far as the eye can see.
Oh, hey, I just found a whole section
part about
of
it.
this book that I did not know existed.
Correct me if I'm wrong, folks. I don't think any spells were cast on us in the last few fights. I think we got like a firebolt at most or something,
Yeah,
right?
something like that. Why?
Okay. I was thinking about one of the marks for my specialization. One of them gives me, it reduces spell power, but I haven't had spells cast at me, so it doesn't make sense to take it. I get weird tattoos. They all have weird abilities. I'm trying to figure out which one makes the most sense. I think I know which one. One of them is getting bonus to melee attacks and strength melee. You know, the thing I do all the time.
I can offer you. So I'll offer you coin,
Okay.
for sure. But
I don't think they'll say no to coin, especially since some people are asking me for pay a little sooner than I was expecting.
or I can
10.
offer you. I haven't made any. See, I guess there are some pre-made ones. Yeah, I can offer you a item as well if that would be more your choosing. But let me just like explain what it looks like so that you can make an informed decision here.
Sure. Yeah, that's the tattoo I'm taking. Little insight into the marked specialization. I have to be careful. It's to my benefit to fill it up because the first I get 2 cool abilities. I get 3 cool abilities, and at the third taking of it, I get an extra bonus thing. So it's one of those you can split away, but it's better just to stick with it.
Interesting. There's a few good ones. I can offer you. They'll offer you some potions.
Potions. What kind
Yeah.
of potions?
They can offer you a red potion. She claims that it will reinvigorate you. They do have those in this game, so hey, here we go. Sorry, I was looking for this section like last time when I was trying to get out magic items, and I was like, they don't have them in this book, but they do.
Because of we have the updated one now.
Yeah, we have the updated one now. Yeah. So I can offer you a satchel, like a little. She'll hold out a purse of silver and this red liquid vial. It's not very big. It's like a test tube. I can offer you money or this, which could potentially help cure your wounds should you require it in the future.
Is that heavy in silver or gold?
Silver.
I look back to the two of you. Healing is fine, but coin will get us further. Unless in a bit of emergency healing, something we need in our pocket, since we don't have the ability to mend wounds easily.
Pretty sure if we split that red potion 3 ways, it won't do anybody any good.
That's true. I believe we'll take the silver.
She'll hand it to you. It is.
Hold on to that for the next wounded traveler who comes through here. Somebody may need it yet worse than us.
She'll close her hand on it. Okay, not a problem. Here is your silver. It is 15 silver pieces. But she'll offer it to you, and she'll make the symbol of the triumvirate. Say, go with our blessing.
$5 silver each.
Yeah, that works. That's even Stevens.
Well, one hopes that this will be the last of your temple's worries. Good day.
Yeah, she'll bow and walk away.
I believe it'd be to our benefit to... So I imagine they're still having that meeting. I do want to speak with those people from the north.
It has been a while. They could be done with the meeting, but yeah, no guarantees here, bud. And I assume you're talking about the Mardinians speaking with Lord Bevan.
We could head over to the manor house and see if they are on their way out, or they might be staying at the. Some of their soldiers might be staying at the inn anyway. We can get some fresh water, some food. Actually, you know what? I feel partial to food unless you really want to go over to the manor house.
Well, they shoot us away last time already, hadn't they?
Yeah.
Food does sound good, though.
Theoretically, food sounds good, but you guys have seen this town. The last thing they had was gruel and watered down stew.
But you did bring them a deer.
So venison's on the menu.
We did bring them a deer.
You specifically shot it. Yeah.
That's right, I remember now.
I almost
All of them.
forgot.
Yeah,
But then you
Otis
start
might.
talking about how they don't have food, and I was like, wait a second. You guys got them food.
We solved this already.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
definitely
well,
helped.
In that case, let's go get our venison.
Yeah. Let's get our cut. Literally.
Yeah, you offered it to the innkeepers in exchange for them like gutting it. They got to keep most of it.
Yeah, I think I said they had to feed everybody with it, right? They had to feed the
Something
town
like that,
until it
yeah.
was-
As many as they can with a single deer, but you can get quite a few
Yep.
people off a deer.
Feed everyone you can, and until it's out. That's the story for this deer. Yeah, you feed what 12, maybe 12, 15 people on a deer.
You feed a good amount of people, yeah.
Plus, you could use the meat,
Well, I
the
mean,
bones for
they're-
a bone meal.
They're using it in a stew, so it goes a lot further that way.
One thing that's probably getting becomes obvious as we're walking about in the light, and we're not watching the horizon as much. The tattoos on my hands seem to have grown across the backs of my hands, and they seem to almost wrap around my claws. It's as if I got a brand new tattoo.
That's pretty cool.
I am a very, very perceptive character. Searching and perception is my thing. I'm gonna notice that, and I think that that's weird. But I don't think I say anything about it.
It is definitely weird.
I don't really notice. I kind of noticed, but then I think, was that always there?
Trick of the
Probably.
light, it must be.
It must have
I
been. there.
also notice it, and I'm like, that wasn't always there.
Yeah.
I know that wasn't. I didn't see you do that. I don't. I'll ask about that later. We'll figure that out. Hopefully, that's not a curse or a plague or something.
It's also on my clawed feet as well, because my feet would be exposed because I have claw feet. Because I'm a dragon. A drake. A dragon? A drake. Drake. Not a dragon.
Drag
Not that cool. Dracork.
You're a drock. Or a dork. Yeah, there you go. That's what I was calling.
No.
Dork.
No.
Drag.
I will shoot the first villager that calls me a
And
dork. I don't
so
care who it
Your
is.
character.
Ah. So you,
I shoot the dwarf. No. I will die in the next round because I'm not an assassin. Yes, to the tavern, to the inn.
You
for
return
a
to
food
the
and
good
plenty.
and plenty. As you're leaving the temple, you'll see the pyre being built, and the bodies being chucked onto it. They're not doing it in town square; they're doing it like out back kind of thing. But you'll see people gathering. They're already starting to like take their hats off and that kind of thing, and they're gonna like be here for it. And you'll notice people will look at you instead of looking at you with like the distrust and that kind of thing they were looking at you before. They'll kind of nod and acknowledge you. You've helped them burn these bodies and you've helped feed them, so you've gained a little bit of street cred in this town. You return to the good and plenty. You will see Andrea with a big like tray of meat that she is putting into the giant cauldron that they have bubbling in the fire right now. Oh, welcome back.
Thanks, glad to be back. Hey, before you go talking about who brought this venison, could you tell them that the Dracork did it?
With what?
I mean, I
Just
suppose.
make sure they know that he's responsible for it.
I suppose
Sure.
I can do that. Yeah,
I
sure.
did it, but he's responsible for it.
Gotcha.
Isn't your mission as an emissary to make friends with these people across the land? I don't really need All the eyes on me.
Cheers
Hey,
to
don't
the
be
boss.
a hero.
I will gladly help those who cannot help themselves, though making friends is a strong assertion.
Let me put it plainly. I don't want legends sang of things I have accomplished. They'll be written in stone in a dark room. However, I think it would be beneficial for you to have more legends surrounding you. Anything that makes you seem grander, bigger than life.
If anyone would be more believable of such tales, it would surely be Temo. I am but an envoy of my tribe, and if I were to be hunting, it would be quite the lie to maintain, for the fact that I am quite terrible at it, because I fish, don't hunt. And if I were to hunt, it would be with loud bangs, and that is a particular story I don't need to spread around ahead of me.
Deer don't like that.
Most things don't like it. Dinosaurs tend to like it, but that's usually because they know that's food, so.
I didn't mean to say that you alone hunted it, only that it was the company of Harzar Steelflame that brought this meal.
Someone if I employed, it could be some nameless hunter, and I'm ultimately responsible, which is not technically inaccurate.
However, if you want to put the attention to the legendary warrior Temo Pabb, I have no problem with that either.
Don't know if that violates the oaths of your guild. I'd hate to make you to put you in a bad position.
Oh,
Bad
just
position.
yet another accolade for the great Kiergenhofen warriors.
Perfect. That'll work.
So you three finish spinning your yarn.
All the tails can always get longer, but they'll stop
We
if we
should-
get food.
Yeah, we should have talked about this on the way down the mountain.
Bards, we are not.
Are you ready? Do you want your cut all at once, or do you want to just eat some now?
I
Some
only
now.
require a meal like everybody else. I don't need a third of that deer.
She'll be dumping the stew in. It'll be ready soon. And she'll anything to drink.
Oh, ale would be lovely.
No, it wouldn't.
It's better
Double
than
the
water.
ale.
Yeah, it is.
So 2 ales. Okay.
Make it 3. Just make it easy on each other.
All right. She'll curtsy and like go run back and get it. Wilfred Augustus Klemp and his gunslinging bodyguard will enter the tavern.
Good day.
Good day. Shit, what was the accent I was doing with this guy? Was I talking funny with him?
Oh,
I don't remember what his voice sounded like.
yeah, same. Well, that wasn't it.
His name is Wilfred Augustus Klemp. So
Yeah.
just go with that name for inspiration.
Felt like I had a good one though, but yeah,
I would think he'd be a little pompous, right?
Yeah, he's very pompous.
Like a little pompous, but maybe not that British, but it's just maybe pompous, talking down to people like that.
I was
With
more
some
out.
sideways head bob when you talk.
I feel like I was doing more of like a Wilfred Brimley sort of diabetes talk. Oh, hey there. No, that's terrible.
Spitting impression of Brimley right there.
The three of you have returned. How splendid, I suppose.
I trust that your negotiations went well, your sales.
What's up, Synth Weasel? They went okay. The Mardinians were not particularly interested in my wares. I don't think they understood how guns work, if we're being honest.
But I stare at him and blink in utter confusion.
From what I've heard in this point of the war, they couldn't afford that many firearms.
Perhaps not, but they were willing to do business with Lord Bevan, that's for sure. But it seems I did not have what they were looking for. They were looking for basic arms and armaments, for the most part.
Where does the stone take you from here? The road.
I will be continuing across Shao to speak with the other merchant lords, of course.
I will look at Harzar Steelflame. Is that where we're going to?
Oh,
You haven't really decided where you're going from here.
yeah, we had only stopped. The only reason we came here in the first place was to escort the lady, and we were hanging about to research the bodies.
But it is your diplomatic mission which we follow.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. I think what we're our plague doctor friend, as it were, or undead worshiper, will continue his studies and can, if we leave a message with him, he can catch up to where we are. I don't think.
Don't worry about him. It'll all work out.
I don't think we'll need to. I don't want to get into a conflict with the local lords. And as much of a failure of a leader as he is to his people, I'm not a chief. My job isn't to seize land from people. He's insulted me, but not enough to go to war over. And traveling with a merchant of the area probably isn't a bad idea. He can introduce us to where we're going. And I can always meet these people from the north later. I don't need to chase them. We'll probably run into them again.
The Mardinians?
Because there's the war going on, so we're probably gonna run into more Mardinians at some point anyway. It's not like I have to be here to run into them.
That's fair.
We warned them we told them what they did, and also there's not a whole lot of paying work for us, which isn't really my job. I don't need the money. That's not really my mission. To the next town is actually, I will say, like I'll kind of match the look with Cedric, and I do like ponder and stroke my scaly chin and then nod. If you would have us join in caravan, I am interested in exploring the rest of the area and meeting the various and learning more of the area. I would benefit from your company and your knowledge. You would benefit from our arms, and while you make money, I trade in coin and black powder. I can trade in information and hopefully diplomacy. I think what welcome we have has been is as good as it's ever going to get.
And my knowledge of gems is invaluable. As I say that, I'll put my crossbow on the table.
He'll look at it. He'll look at you. Right. Well, we are heading for the Grand Bazaar of Shao, the great merchant city on the lake, the shining gem of this country. That is where we eventually hope to end up. So, I suppose we could travel together.
That settles it. Do we leave in the morning?
Sure. If that is
Tonight, let us enjoy the venison. Unless anyone has anything pressing to do in town, don't let me rush you away from this haven of beauty and solitude.
I can't even go fishing here.
No, there's nowhere to fish here. Right. So, you guys want to leave in the morning. Okay. He'll sit down. He'll start talking about the meeting. and the Mardinians, how they're pig-headed and they're just warriors. They don't really know how to negotiate. That kind of thing. But he'll talk about it. He'll talk about the things that they were interested in buying. And for the most part, Lord Bevan had what they were looking for.
Did he learn anything of their motivation for this war of theirs? Like anything unusual beyond just simple conquest and plunder?
I mean, so for the most part, this whole war began because the country Yeshane started a war of expansion, both with the Mardinians and with their other neighbors, the Juali. And that just sort of spawned an environment of war. Old rivalries came up. People started making pacts with one another. The Mardinians accuse Hain of aiding Yeshane in this war. But yeah, it's stuff like that. A lot of geopolitics, that kind of thing. Nothing as solid as like Archduke Franz Ferdinand getting assassinated or anything like that.
Yeah.
Nothing quite
sounds
like that.
more. You know the land better than us. It's I imagine. Do you feel any of the lords of the lands have designs beyond unification? Like expanding beyond their initial borders?
I would assume so. But for the most part, it is a war of expansion. Welcome, Toyzilla Network. Thank you, Raiders. Hi! We are playing Fantasy Age from Green Ground Publishing, and we are discussing the War of the Lands. And you're asking if any of them have any goals beyond... Yeah. So, for the most part, Jualia seems to have been more of a defender in this war. But they have since become more aggressive, obviously, with everything going on. Mardane, they're warriors. That's what they are. They want to fight, and when war showed up, they went to war, and that's what they did. They are in it for blood and glory, for the most part. They don't really seem interested in holding lands or expanding too much. Their home is the mountains and the highlands of their country. Hain, however, very much seems like they are more than happy expanding into Jualia. And Shao if they could, but it's hard to take Shao land because they don't defend it the right way. You know what I mean?
Well, plus they seem to be trying to be as neutral as possible. They want to be the bankers and traders and merchants.
Yeah.
They don't really. The land is a means to an end, not the. If they become a vassal or suzerain to somebody, I imagine they don't really.
They wouldn't care. Exactly. They're just kind of playing their part in the war. If you fuck with them too much, they'll stop selling you stuff. And so, yeah, they pretty much they're doing the sanctioned war thing.
What about Yeshane in all this?
Yushane? Oh, Yeshane. Yeshane is the primary aggressor. They are having trouble going into Mardane because of the mountains of that country. They have strong natural borders, and they have warriors. But Jualia seems to be the way where the most of this fight front is going. However, they do not seem too keen to push north to Norvia. They don't seem to be doing that much. But as a resident of Raven, Temo, you know that they could sail across that sea any day and wage war with your people. So that's the long and short of the geopolitics. There's more to it, obviously, but that's just like on the surface, common knowledge stuff.
Well, that's the stuff where I'm learning off of him, because for me, for him it's common knowledge. For me, it's like that's why I'm here. Like I don't even know. It's like I just learned that now. It's like, oh, good. I now know what's going on. At least on the surface, and I now know Shoal is of no real threat to the valley. They're of no.
Shoal doesn't
They
seem
are
big.
the weak. They're the weak to be ruled over, not the strong to contest with.
Yeah, Xiao's armies are really just like mercenary bands. They don't really have a standing army of any kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, Augustus will explain all this. Yeah, over some
And-
beer. He'll start getting drunk. He'll be drinking like brandy or something fancy. He probably brought it with him.
I'll ask him for a glass or two if he doesn't mind sparing a shot.
He'll
I don't want to drink all of it. It's his, but I'll take.
He'll
a
give
shot
you.
or
He'll
two.
give you a drink. He'll show you how to drink it right. That kind of thing.
I actually might know how to drink it a little bit because of my time in Greystone.
Yeah, I mean,
I let.
he still shows you.
Yeah, it's one of those. Oh yeah, very polite. Like, oh yes, this is how you drink wine. You see, you sniff it. I know how to. You know what? Go ahead, buddy. I don't feel like arguing with you. yes, you're British. I get it. You know
The
wine.
legs of the wine.
Yeah.
Just like, geez, bro, can we just drink it already? Let's go.
It's like, look, I know. The Greystonians felt at great length a need to tell me how to do this.
Yeah.
No, we're going to send this one back. It's not rich enough in sediment, you see.
It's your bottle, you fool.
Oh, damn. I wonder how many people have done that. I bet an embarrassing amount of people brought their own bottle of wine into a restaurant and tried to send it back.
In good favor, I'll tell him a couple of what little I know about the merchant, the merchant situation in Greystone. I won't tell him anything about the valley quite yet, but I'll tell him what I know about Greystone, because probably information he doesn't know.
At this point, give me a communication check. Let's see how well this is
Sure.
going.
It's going as well as I say it is, and you're gonna like it. That's how games work, right?
Yeah.
Persuasion focus.
Sure.
Trying to make this guy like me.
14's not bad.
14 is not bad, and 14 is what I will take.
Yeah. Well, you're a fun one to talk to. It's hard to tell, with, without my facial features I'm used to. It's hard to read you sometimes, but hey.
Well, the Drakish blood is known for its amenable nature to those outside the valley. If the orc crushes your head, the Drak is the one who smiles and exchanges gold and silver for whatever gems you have. Or firearms, as the case might be.
Thought your people would fit in here nicely.
I wouldn't repeat that to another Drak if I were you. At least if they're from the valley. We carve ourselves of warrior blood. We're just nice about it. That's all. We understand not everyone's willing to see the horrors of war and conquest.
Perhaps one of your heritage, of the warrior, would know something. Perhaps you've heard tale of, well, the great weapons of this war. There are rumors of blades and weapons made of a kind of metal.
Most swords are made of metal.
This metal gives it strange properties to its bearer. This is one of the things the Mardinians were asking for, but Bevan had no such thing. I wondered if you've ever come across such a thing in your travels.
Intelligence roll. Have I heard of such things? Like, because I know I haven't encountered it myself. I may have heard of legends and stuff.
Same. I was going to see if I could roll arcane lore.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're
You can both do it. Those are 2 different rolls.
you more than have it.
Holy crap. Yeah, I rolled a 21 with 5 stunt points for
That's pretty good.
an arcane lore for hearing about this kind of...
Feel free to spend those stun points.
Thank you.
But yes, you've heard, in your short travel across this land, you've heard things of strange magics, strange weapons, weapons that have different properties depending on their bearer. You haven't heard anything concrete about these. These are like legendary kind of things. But these magical blades seem to be made of a strange metal. They don't know where it comes from.
I can't say I've heard much of these weapons beyond the fabled sun sword of the Legend of Greystone, but everyone knows that story.
Of course.
These, this, I don't even know what to call it. It's not steel. More or less like a metal ambrosia. Like a delicious, perfect metal for the gods.
Perhaps.
I've heard of it. It's, every couple hundred years, an army goes around asking for it. And you'll be surprised what all those questions will turn up.
So there's more than one
So
legendary
parts of
sword.
that are fine. But the 100 years thing isn't good. It's a new thing. It's a new thing. That's
it's a new legend.
It's a new thing. Yeah.
Oh shit!
It's a fresh.
Well,
It's a
there you go.
fresh legend.
Fresh out the box.
And that's mostly why they don't know. Like, no one knows what this stuff is, where it came from. It's all very new rumor mill style. But you heard about it on your travels, and because of your arcane training, you were able to sort of pick some stuff up about it.
If we can, we should try to grab a weapon with this metal. I'm sure the council would like to see it.
If such a thing even exists, the Mardinians seem to believe it does. But
I've heard if it's anything like, if it's even a fraction of the power of the Sun Sword, I mean, that won a war and nearly destroyed it in its mirror form. So if there's anything even in its inkling, I believe any kingdom, any leader would want to know it.
if you believe such things.
There are stranger things than steel and blood in this world.
Gary,
What up?
did you catch most of that?
Yes, yeah, I heard it.
But yeah, what do you want
I
to do with
was
those
still-
stunt points?
I was gonna say I'm still looking at stunt points. It's probably social, right? Basic social,
Social can work, yeah.
and I've got 5 of them.
And also, you have access to whatever stunts you have access to.
I will pay attention for 3 stunty boys and really listen to what he says about it being, or this magic stone or this magic metal, and it being probably real now. I've heard about it. It's been a legend spreading faster and faster, and now I'm hearing it from somebody outside of the magic community. So I will pay attention for 3 stunt points, and the interaction reveals information about your target beyond what you might have been looking for. If you're pursuing an investigation, you gain an additional lead. So we might gain an additional lead on that metal, maybe someone else to talk to or a place to head to, some sniff of something.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. I like that. So yes, I can only tell you what I've heard. I hear that the bearer of one such weapon was there at the Battle of the Crimson Steeps in the foothills of Mardane and Yashain on the banks of the rivers of Shao, where the lands meet. Surely you've heard of the battle that started this whole thing.
Only the bardic exaggerations, not the actual reports of generals and memoirs of the brave.
Well, I would be interested to go and investigate myself if it weren't for the fact that, well, they say that is where the plague originated.
You don't think this metal has anything to do with the plague, do you?
I don't know how it could.
Maybe this magic metal, as we're calling it for now, maybe it inflicts disease or something, I don't know.
I mean, from what I hear, it's supposed to grant its bearer great strength. Disease? I have not heard any correlation there, but what do I know? They are all just rumors in the end.
It's certainly worth looking into, if only to begin the search of the trail of a legendary weapon, or even the bearer of one would be quite interesting, even if we can get it procure it from them. Figuring out how they got theirs might be a benefit.
We did intend on investigating this disease. If what he says is right, and this is the last place somebody heard of one of these weapons, and it's the source of the disease, I think it's in our best interest to run headlong into it.
That sounded pretty interesting, I'll say, of course. Your side, not the other way around necessarily.
While you digest this information and decide what to do next, this is actually where we're going to go ahead and take our break for the evening. We will be back in like 5 or 6 minutes or whatever. So thanks everyone for watching. We will see you soon. And BRB, stay fresh. There, we're good.
Fresh out the box! Fresh out the box! Fresh out the box! Fresh out the box. Fresh out the box. Fresh out the box.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Fresh Out the Box Plays Fantasy Age. We're still doing it, we're still here, we're still rocking it, and I'm still Johanna.
It's still me, Casualty CDG, but I'm playing Cedric, the Appraiser of Koath. That is a beefy dwarf with a jet black beard and unsettling black eyes. Am I part of a secret faction? Am I part of a secret cult? Or do I just like shooting people with a crossbow? Stay tuned.
I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbinian, and I'm reprising my role as Harzar Steelflame, the Drakish Orcish envoy of the Nagami tribe with a smile and a glimmering sash and strange mystical tattoos. And clothes, because, I wear clothes and like the dwarf.
Clothes are important, yeah. Especially as me, Aaron Bombier. Coming back as Temo Pabb, wearing the Kiergan Hafit gear and signature helmet as a bodyguard for Harzar Steelflame.
Excellent. Here we are, we did it. We did the thing. Oh, man.
Yes, another level.
Man, I'm tempted to change what I was doing and make it the thing you said, because that's pretty good. But yeah, so you guys are in the Good and Plenty. You're going to leave this town, and you're going to hit the road with the merchant, Wilfred Augustus Clump.
And we'll leave a message for, well, I will at least leave a message for our plague doctor friend, Morgus, and let him know where we're headed so he can find us again. Or I could kill him. I mean, I could probably take the mage if he wasn't looking.
I'm tempted just to make him go with you guys, because that's just easy.
You mean slash follow? That whatever makes sense for you, man.
Yeah, he'll follow you guys. He's still trying to figure stuff out, so he doesn't have the information yet. But he's like looking at books and stuff, trying to assess out. Yeah, he's studying his notes and trying to figure out what's going on with these plague people. But he's learned as much as he can from those bodies. He says,
You've been in those crypts for a day and a half at least. You stand about 40 feet that way until we know you're not sick. Don't say anything. Don't breathe on us. Just stand right outside of every scene until you get your computer set up, and then come back into the scene.
There you go.
Just out of frame.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right. He's outside that door, looking through the window. He's just outside of frame every single time.
Oh god, freaking SCP threat here.
But yeah, the night will come. The day will dawn.
Oh god, it's a night. Run.
You guys do anything at night that you need to do before you leave? Anything you guys care to do?
Oh, yes. I'm so glad you reminded me, because I didn't want to do it earlier because it didn't seem very pressing. But there's part of an army in town, right?
The Mardinians?
Yeah. You think it'd be a pretty easy time to lift about 20 bolts or so? Just walking down the street, grab some from a barrel and keep going. I'm not trying to make like a whole heist of it, but I figure if there's a time it's remotely easy, it might be now. They probably have wagons, and they probably just bought stuff from this lord that they're loading up.
Yeah, if you want to try and steal some arms, go ahead and give me a stealth check. I feel like there's probably an opportunity.
What, the rogue stealing stuff?
Yeah, it's not like
That's just silly.
It's not like Bevan's gonna let them stay there for the night.
16 with 4 stunty boys.
Yeah, you can get yourself. I'd say, 20's fine. You grab a couple bolts, not a problem.
Grab 20, and I think those stunty boys. I didn't scroll down to the section yet, but I think there's like a "it wasn't me" type.
Like
of
a
thing.
leave no trace thing. Yeah.
Correct. Leave no trace. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Is I don't want this to be traced back to us anyway. So if they have like symbols or something on the fletching, I'll rip that off ASAP and get it repaired or whatever.
Cover your tracks for. Yeah.
Correct. Cover my tracks. Thank you.
They do the cover of the tracks. All you have to do is like dye the fletching, which is pretty easy to do.
Yeah, I'll do it like as part of this action tonight. You know, when it's dead night in the inn. If you guys are checking around for me, you know, if anybody's up late at night at the inn, I come sneaking back in at like 3 in the morning and into the kitchen, and I'm dying fletching at 3 in the morning. If you're not there, then I just go to sleep and wake up with the rest of you guys.
So you'll see the gunslinger sitting in a high back armchair, drinking out of a flask by the fire. He'll eye you as you come in. He seems kind of delirious because it is the middle of the night. He's like, oh, hey, he'll like nod at you.
Didn't know if anybody would be up. Good night or good morning.
Yeah, good riddance. He'll laugh and like drink.
I'll
whiskey.
I don't know. I'll put like 5 silver down. Forget you saw me.
Saw who? And he'll pick it up.
Yep. And I'll slip back and dye these fletchings and slip back to the room.
It's not a problem.
And I'll add 20 bolts.
Excellent. Let's see. Okay. The day comes.
What would at some point during that night's conversation before, we've gotten the. 'Cause I don't have the guard's name. I have Wilfred's name. I don't have his guard's name.
His guards. I was just testing that out myself, actually.
So I want to know who I'm giving orders to. I mean, guiding.
His name is Gus Burns.
His bodyguard. Gunslinging bodyguard.
Yes, sir.
So they're both Gus.
That's Wilfred Augustus.
Yeah, so it's like really belittling if you call him Gus.
Yeah. You don't want to call him Gus.
That's kind of fun. I like that. The Gusses.
They're the Gusses. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, Augustus and Gus.
And actually in the morn, I'll actually, once he's like, you know, not suffering so much from hangover, if he's one of those insufferable people who don't have hangovers, I'd actually like to buy some bullets off of him because he's a gun merchant.
You want to buy what? Our ammo?
Bullets.
Yeah, he can sell you some. He is a gun merchant.
It's like, oh, side benefit of traveling with this guy. He's an ammo distributor. 5 silver gone, 10 more bullets.
You could have used that last campaign. Just an NPC at the camp who sells ammo and gunpowder.
5 for 10? I think it's 5 for 10.
Reminds me of like Dragon Age when you go back to camp and everybody's standing around the campfire, and then there's also merchants that are there for no reason sometimes.
They're traveling with you. God.
Yeah, they're traveling through and they're like, hey, we sort of know that guy. Oh, hey, we can hang out with them for the night. Maybe they'll buy gunpowder and bullets from us.
So I give him 5 silver for... I'll give him 5 silver for 10 shot. I don't buy a lot of powder because I don't use it that often, but hey, it's good to... I'm like, if I'm going to top up, this is the time to do it.
That's not a bad idea. In the morning, the Mardinians have left the city pretty early. I mean, you'll see them leave. They seem to be heading back towards their own borders, maybe to distribute the arms they purchased, or they also made deals and stuff. Blah blah blah. They're going north. You guys are heading more east, somewhat north, but you're heading more east. Let's see. Andrea Braun will say goodbye to you. She's the daughter of the owner of the Good and Plenty. Say if you guys come back through here, don't forget to stop and say hi.
I'm sure if my chief and his ilk ever come through this way, he knows one good place to drink in this land.
Oh, that'd be interesting. She'll nod.
Where is it?
The Good and Plenty, of course. My favorite bar in the entirety of Shoal. It's also the only one I've been to.
I don't know
Point
if
me
I
to a
can
dwarven
trust-
one, and I'll recommend it too. But until then,
I don't know if I can trust your word anymore, Arzar.
you can trust my coin.
These compliments are starting to go down, so I'm gonna say bye. She goes away. As you guys are leaving, you'll see Catherine Storin, who is one of the guards of Lord Bevan. She'll nod to you guys as you leave. Good luck to you.
And to you, though, I hope you find a far more fitting master in time.
She'll look around at that, and she'll shrug. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Valley always looks for good sword arms.
You said
Shit.
that would be nice.
She'll think about it. Yeah, she said that'd be nice.
How nice would it be if we could speed up the process of him being replaced by someone of his lineage? How nice would it be? And I'll
give me
jingle
a communication
I'll
check.
jingle my gold.
Give me a communication check here.
Communication. Yeah, it's not deception, so let's just do it. 14. Rolled a 14.
It's not garbage.
The only way that would happen if he was dead, huh? So I look around. I don't think I want to talk about this. She'll say she's conflicted. You can tell she's conflicted, but yeah, she's like, I don't think that this is.
Oh, I'm maybe something we said was misconstrued. I meant to say I
must
hope he
have been.
doesn't fall sick from the disease. The plague is spreading, and I hope it doesn't befall him.
Yes, that would be a shame. She'll say. She'll nod to you guys. She'll do like a little salute with her chest. She'll watch you guys leave town.
I'll take like 2 or 3 steps away and then turn back to her and face her. If you change your mind, pray to the stone in the dark. The obsidian eye has a way of watching. And with that, I'll turn and leave.
She'll nod. She's like, that's really creepy.
The Dark Brotherhood will solve all your problems.
Pretty much.
That's what I wanted.
It's called marketing.
Weird, creepy dwarven assassin guild. That's exactly what I want.
It's what you got. So it's good.
Don't worry. They're not always watching. Only when there's stone in the dark are they watching you.
Which is
That's almost never.
everywhere, all the time.
Yeah, keep your lights on and build your house out of wood, I guess.
Why do you think everyone builds up? No one wants to go down there. It's creepy.
Oh,
There's dwarves down there.
It's another reason why elves would be so mysterious to us, because they would live in trees made of wood, and so we would know nothing about them unless we met them face to face. Can't spy on them.
Elves do exist around, but they mostly don't.
They have their
they
Fey
are
realm.
they are yeah, they have the Fey realm. They're pretty mysterious. They live in the woods and the Fey. They don't have cities and countries that people deal with, really.
Yeah, I'm perfectly cool with my character not knowing anything basically about elves. I don't think there would be a lot in the dwarven desert fortress of Koath.
A missed kill opportunity, that's true. The 3 of you all got booned. Just make sure you know that. But yeah, you'll head out on the road. Let me take a look at my mappy map here. Oh shit, everything closed. Look at that. Look at that. They can hear us in the stream, but they can't see us right now. We're just
Hell yeah.
immobile.
Mhm.
Okay, that again. There's a way that if I hover my mouse just right, it makes everything minimize.
Oh, that's really cool.
I don't really understand it. Cause I'm just trying to look at my mappy map. Okay, yes. So Wilfred will, if I'm not mistaken, you guys want to head to the Crimson Steep, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
ideally.
where-
I mean, because he was heading to the bazaar, but if he can take us to the Crimson Steep,
Well,
that would be...
the steep lies beyond. He'll explain that the rivers lead to the bazaar, and the bazaar leads to the rivers that lead to the Crimson Steep. So, like, you have to go through there anyways. There's,
Okay,
like,
that works.
There's like
yeah.
a river that goes to the bazaar, which is on like the major lake in Shal, if you look at the map, and then there's a river that goes.
Oh, so that massive lake is where the bazaar is.
Yes,
I get you. I understand.
it's
okay,
a giant lake with a bunch of rivers coming off of it. That is one of the biggest trade hubs of the region. So yeah.
So which river right now would we be following, and then which river would we follow?
The one to the north would be the one that you would want to get to.
Okay, so right now we're headed
Left to
west towards the bazaar?
Right now, you'd be heading north to the river.
North to which river? The one that
The
goes
river
to
that
the huge-
comes from... Yeah, that one.
Okay.
But
One that
you're
goes to the
more eastern. No, you're more western than that. But yes.
So we're kind of on, okay,
You're closer to the
Oh, yeah.
coast on the river, yeah.
on like the blue and brown coast. We're over there-ish.
Yes, you're close to that.
Cool.
And so you're heading north to the river. And then from there, he'll explain, like, yeah, if we can get to this town up there, we can follow the river, maybe get a barge.
I was about to say, if we can get a... Because there's probably a few riverboats we could probably take if we find the right kind of people.
No, Shal is the right place for that, yes. Very, very much so. But you guys will head on your journey north towards this river town to get the barge. Sean Gary, shaking your head?
River boat.
Okay.
The only thing worse than open sky is standing on water under open sky. No
Oh, if you-
stone around.
If you hate rivers, you'll hate the open sea. Nothing but sky and water. And wind, I suppose.
Sounds like a nightmare.
It can be if it's storming. You think demons are
I
scary?
think it's heaven.
You think demons are scary? Hear Imp will show up once you're out of town. He's gonna look at the door and be like, "Boo."
I'm not scared of demons. I'm scared of water. Water and open sky.
He's gonna start pouring water out of Temo's drinky pouch and be like, "Ooh."
Hey, stop that. I need that.
I'm waking.
Also, don't mind that one. He's harmless, more or less. I say to our traveling companions.
The gunslinger Gus will be rubbing his eyes looking at it, and Wilfred will say, "Oh my, that's interesting pet
It's a
you have
magic
there.
cat.
I bet you it would go for a fine price."
It might.
Hey, don't get any ideas, sister. We are bound
He's earned his place.
in blood. He'll do that and like try to be all creepy again. And then he's gonna like scamper to your other shoulder and then like start preening himself like a cat. But he's gonna ride your shoulder now. Yeah, you guys will head on north. You'll travel for a good few hours. Is there anything you need to do during this travel time? Anything of note? Otherwise, we will just get on with it.
I just chat to get you to. I just chat gun talk and black powder talk with the gunslinger because he knows more about. He's more familiar with the weapon than I am, and that probably explains narratively why my accuracy gets better because I learn how to aim more effectively with my weapon.
I do take
from the
some time
gunslinger? Okay.
to.
Yeah.
I take some time to ponder the gem, so to speak, and just, you know, try to, is it feeling better today? Is it less burning sensation?
Oh, it's very hot.
Mm.
It probably kept you up a bit. Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt, per se, but it is hot. You can definitely tell there's an uncomfortable warmth in your hand at all times. It's very weird. It's off-putting, if anything.
Still getting used to it. You might notice me, rub my palm every once in a while through the bandage that I put over it.
Sometimes you can hear it whispering to you.
No sense hiding what you were burdened with. It's ignoring the blessings or curses you bear are ways to not control it. I gesture with my tattooed hand. Well, both of them are tattooed, so that doesn't help, but
It's less an intention to hide it, I guess. I don't know. I guess I thought I would help it feel a little better. It burns.
You have to embrace
But
it,
of course it
Temo.
would.
Embrace the evil. your episode doing shit like that.
I hear the Inquisitors might be able to help you with that. Greystone's church is pretty thorough with evil. I glare at the imp.
Good thing about an imp, you can always get unimped.
He'll like kind of nod, be like, yeah, I guess that's true. Hey, I just want to
It's
see the
not
top
imp-
side for as long as I can.
I'm not too worried about it, though. Imp, no imp. Gemstone, no gemstone. Best case scenario, I just do what I do even better.
Worst case, you erupt in hellfire and disappear. That's your business. I won't tell you how to live your life.
Your imp's on his
Make
shoulder
here
now,
to
nodding.
grant me victory.
Like, yeah.
Get them.
Ah! He'll fly away.
I will shoot you. I have the shot for target practice now.
You mean
Careful, Steel
this
Flame.
shot?
I told that
No, I'm
imp
just
I'd
kidding.
protect him.
What was that?
And I'll pat I told that imp I'd protect him, and I'll pat my crossbows at Chuck and shoot you a look. I told that imp I'd keep him safe if he kept his bond. I'd hate for you two to get in a fight. I don't know where my allegiance lies.
This back and forth will continue as you travel. Yeah, you can learn stuff from the gunslinger. He'll kind of, mostly what he does is show you just your gun and the sights and like you're holding it kind of wrong and that kind of stuff. Sort of beginner shit. No big deal. It's easy enough for him to show you that without feeling like you owe him or anything.
It's a thing to do while you're at camp. It's like, oh sure, we'll plunk some targets or shoot something on the horizon. It's like, yeah, it's something to do. And he's probably, and if there's anyone who could teach me how to use black powder weapons better, it's a freaking gunslinger.
Yeah. You guys will travel for a day, make camp, begin traveling again before you get to the river. On your second day, though, you will see the signs of, like, the ground's all ripped up, and you'll see a bunch of horse soldiers going by. Quite a few. Something like 100 of them or so.
Holy hell.
Yeah.
That's huge.
That's a big bunch of horse guys. They are wearing sort of light leather armor, sleeveless clothing, draping headwear made of cloth, just kind of like you ever seen like Saudi Arabian hats kind of stuff, like where it's just like that
That's what I was thinking,
cloth
like
down.
turban-ish, but like has the hanging cloth in the back and almost like a crown type of point thing
Yeah, more like that.
going.
Yeah, that's what they dress
Yeah.
like. They're dressed for hotter weather than we have here. But yeah, they will be. Most of them are darker skinned. They're carrying
guys from-
spears and curved swords.
Those guys aren't from the same place, are they? That we saw yesterday.
No,
Are these guys from Goeth?
no, these guys
These
are.
guys are
From,
looking pretty deserty.
they look like they're from Hain.
Oh, what's up? They look dope.
Oh, they're very far north.
Yeah, they're the Hainish. They're fighting Mordain in Shao, so they're around. There are battles going on here. But a bunch of them will break off and surround you guys. You guys will be surrounded by horse soldiers pretty quickly.
Hail the cavalry! I call out and I keep my hands up.
One of their leaders will step up. It'll be probably a slightly older woman. Dark hair with streaks of gray, scarred eye. That eye is like milky. She will be holding a spear. Travelers, what are you doing? Where are you heading?
We're heading north to the river. Our companion here is leading us to the regional bazaar of Shoal. I look at him.
Yes. The regional bazaar of Shoal, of course, down the river. It's a great warrior.
I am Harzar Steelflame. I am an envoy of the Nagami tribe of the Valley of Stars. I travel to learn of the lands and of the plague that besets us. End this war and what it means for my people.
Are your people
I have no
planning
quarrel
on
with you.
joining this war? She'll kind of like her spear. It doesn't come close to you or anything, but it does start to point towards you as she talks.
My chief may decide if it's to the tribe's benefit. My chief may join the war or may stay out of it. My task is to get him all the information he could need to make the right decision for the tribe. I cannot speak for my tribe or the others of the valley. Only of my mission.
And what is your mission?
To learn of the war, to learn of the plague, and to see how much of it is truly a problem for the valley or one that we must let the world sort out itself. This is one war of many, and some wars are better for us to stay out of and some are better for us to get involved in, as Greystone can attest.
Give me a check. Communication.
Certainly. Is it possible, I'm stretching a little, is it possible to use I'm thinking persuasion communication.
You are trying to persuade her to let you live and stuff.
Could I use that to try to work the entirety of the crowd as well, like the rest of her unit, not just
There
her?
are a lot of them. I mean, yeah, you can win them over.
That's helpful because I get a reroll if I do that. That's why I wanted to do that way. So I raise my voice.
Yeah,
and I
she
just
didn't
talk
get
more
off her
clearly.
horse. She didn't get off her horse and get closer to you. She's addressing you with her group. So, like, yeah, it's perfectly fine.
15. I might be able to do better with a reroll.
You
I have
might
to
be
reroll
able
the whole thing though.
You might be able to.
You also, before you do that, you do have a boon, so you could just re-roll that one, because that's probably going to be mine.
Up to you.
That way it locks in the 6 maybe.
Yeah, you lock in the 6, you just keep the 2, but chances are you're going to roll, you can't re-roll a 1 on a boon, so chances are you roll a 3, right? We're hoping you get re-rolls on a 1.
And if it rolls 2, then I can always reconsider. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
re-roll
if it
that
rolls-
1 with a boon.
So 16 is not terrible.
It would be
Technically-
16 and with 2 stunt points.
Oh yeah, with 2
It's
sub
a-
points. Technically, you can still re-roll that with your ability, or you keep it.
16 is pretty good.
16's not bad.
And if it was yeah, no, the odds won't work. Yeah, I'll keep it at 16.
Alrighty. And you are convincing her and her group that your tribe and your people are not a threat and that you are simply passing through, blah, blah, blah.
And also leaving open the door of, if you want diplomatic contact, I just tell me what I need to know and I can pass that on. So if you want us to join in on your side, I'm the person to tell because I'm the one who goes back to the tribe anyway.
Okay. She'll unlevel her spear at you. I suppose we can let you pass. You don't seem to pose any real threat to our hordes.
With social stunt, if that's a success,
It is a success.
I would like to spend toward read the situation. I want to know what their attitude toward me is. Like if they're neutral, friendly, hostile, helpful.
They are neutral towards you currently.
Yeah, that's good to know. That's there. And I'll give myself +1 to the next roll I do against her. Impress. I doubt that I'm doing more than one.
Yeah.
Query for you, though. If you are interested in black powder, I am traveling with a black powder merchant. If you wish to purchase things. Although I don't know how well such things do well on horseback. It's never gone well for us when we tried it.
That is because you are not horse people.
That is very true. Raptors are terrible horses.
She'll nod towards her men, and they'll sort of part for you. You may go. If you do wish to discuss things further, you must seek out our general.
Whom is this honorable general I should seek out?
I'm doing some names real quick.
General of the Hain to seek out.
That's a good name.
Salahadin. Wait a minute.
Our general's name is General Haka. Why is that funny?
That's I remember that from an orc chieftain name from another game. So.
Okay. Was
So I just imagine
it,
this-
or was it a different game?
Different game, so I was just imagining this big burly orc. I'm Haka. You don't look like you're from Hain. Yes, I am. Okay, yes, you are.
Next time we get stopped by Hainish soldiers, who should we tell them granted us access this fine day?
I am Suma. Suma.
Hainish.
Captain, I presume.
Captain Suma, yes. I grant you permission to walk these lands, if anyone asks.
Is there any token or gesture to prove such thing? My word is heavy, but my face is unfamiliar. It's not striking.
She'll put her arm out, and a bird will land on it with a shriek. She'll take a feather from it and offer it to you.
I'll take the feather and very carefully tuck it into my hat.
She'll put a hood on the bird's head. It's a falcon. And she'll start to like stroke it. Like, go now, in peace. And she'll do a gesture like this. Just like a flick of the wrist.
May you know strength wherever you go.
She'll sort of nod. But they seemed, I mean, honestly, it was a pretty good interaction. They were friendly enough.
There are a bunch of armed strangers wandering the land. Like, who the hell are you? Hi.
There's a lot.
We're not hostile.
Yeah, there's a lot more of them than there are of you. They don't really see you as too much of a threat.
Challenge accepted. Initiative. No.
Yeah, there are no rumors of one ring traveling the lands or anything like that, so they're not on the lookout for
If
anything like
each
that.
of you can kill 33. Oh no, we have 2 companions. Everyone killed 20. This isn't as hard as you thought.
Our odds
Man.
are improving all the time.
That action economy would eat your guys' ass so bad.
Oh
Yeah,
we'd be
it's just
so
standing.
dead.
in
I don't think you would get a turn, yeah.
Worried.
The
The
math
funny
is
thing
good
is,
on that.
if we had a board, it would just be like a bunch of cars crashed into each other, and like they wouldn't be able to move, we wouldn't be able to move. It would just be like a horse pile.
Oh no, they have bows, so they would just do the circle archer thing and just pepper us to death.
Oh man, yeah, we would stand such a chance. It'd be so good.
Penguin, she did not pluck a feather from it. She took one that was like loose, for the record.
None of the flight feathers.
Yeah, she did
looked
pull.
around
Yeah,
for
exactly.
the-
She pulled some like downing off of them.
She looked around for the most embedded flight feather and made sure that was the one. Yeah, she gave it a real yank.
Part of the
Got some-
bird's spine came out with it.
There's some bird juice on there.
It was a
not tucking that in my hat.
keystone feather. The whole bird just falls apart.
Oh dear God.
It's just dead.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to carry on in peace away from them.
That sounds like a really fun board game, like the Don't Break the Ice. You have like a bird, and if you pull the wrong feather, the whole thing falls apart.
Oh
It's
man,
called the Maltese Falcon. Don't break the Maltese Falcon.
they have a new one that's like quicksand, and it uses that like kinetic sand stuff.
No
Like,
way.
Yeah, you pull like logs out from underneath, and it makes
Oh,
like
no
weak
way.
spots, and you have like guys on top, and you're trying not
That's
to.
cool.
Yeah,
That's real
it
cool.
is cool. They have a lot of cool new kids games. Yeah, I look forward to.
Kids.
What? Yeah,
What about if the
Well,
bird
I-
one was
I mean, I would play it. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying.
So like you killed the phoenix and then you rebuilt the phoenix. So that's you're picking little feathers out of phoenix before it collapses.
That'd be fun. It's a good one. Hey, Hasbro.
No, not Hasbro. Please,
Hasbro.
anyone else.
Oh, sorry. They're gonna send their goons after us.
Yeah, let's get paid by like an independent millionaire who wants to start his own game company.
Oh, there you go.
Then we could just get paid for a couple projects and be out, you know.
Hey, Bezos, you up?
Get a
No.
resume.
Oh yeah,
We'll just put a
Bezos
few
is
games
so
out.
much better. Any money we give him, he's gonna blow it on dick rockets. Money well spent.
No argument from us, yeah.
That's what you get for pooping on my wagon. Oh, okay. That's fair. We shall continue on. You guys you continue on your travels. The Horde continues. They seem to be heading in a eastern-western sort of direction. So they're heading east right now. Along the river, but you guys are going straight up to the river.
Well, they seem friendly.
Basically, they're just faster and they're gonna head diagonal instead.
Yeah, they're just heading straight there.
That track.
You're not sure where they're going. They might be going to the bazaar, but they're probably going to some strategic point to do war.
You know, if they're headed towards the river, it might be easier to follow an entire cavalry. They'll definitely clear the way and keep it safe. All
We wouldn't be
have
able to keep up with them if we don't have the horses.
All we have to do is jump from camp to camp and follow behind their tracks.
You could choose
lived
to
this
follow
way.
them instead of going to the river directly. Yeah,
I know
we
lots
keep
of
up with them,
people who
though?
survive
No.
camp hopping.
you can't keep up with them, but you could follow in their wake if you wanted to. It's up to you.
What do you think, Temo? Think that's a good plan? You know more of warfare than I do in
Well,
that regard.
Wilfred will be standing there holding his walking stick, like waiting for you guys to This is-
I think
Demo?
as long,
Okay.
as long as the path is, isn't too far out of the way. And if it's a little bit safer, I'd much rather prefer that one. Of course. Doesn't matter to me how long it takes for us to get there, as long as everyone makes it through alive and okay.
Whenever you follow a horde like this, they leave things behind. Sometimes on purpose, sometimes on accident. Scraps, food, trash, weapons, things get left. We may come across wolves this way. Wolves love following a war camp. Other than that, we should be safe. Bandits should steer clear.
I suggest, with their advice, Mr. Klimp, I believe it would be in our interest to travel in their wake for the safest path to the river,
He'll sort
or
of
safer anyway.
Well, so they're not going to lead you directly to the river. They're going to lead you more on a land path. But yeah, he'll kind of sigh.
Yeah.
Like that means more walking. Oh well.
Well, if you ever get in the business of finding a place they sell horses, stablery, then feel free to purchase horses for us all. Otherwise, we'll be stuck on walking.
I'm not
for
much
now.
of a rider myself, unfortunately. That's why I have my friend here, and he'll pat his donkey. They do have a pack animal with them. in
I
case
100%
you know.
thought he was about to climb up his gunslinger friend and just ride his back, and his friend had stirrups for a belt.
He's just clicking coconuts.
That's why I hired a very big gunslinger, and he climbs up in like a feeble old man.
Hi-ho!
Strapped with a saddle on his back.
Smash
Hi
the
ho,
blaster
Gus!
over
Hi
here.
ho!
God.
His name's not really Gus. I just don't remember his name, and my middle name is Gus, so I just call him Gus. That way I won't forget. The guy's just a broken-spirited animal from now on.
He is a bit of a broken-spirited person. That's not wrong.
That has more to do with all the people he's killed.
He's seen too many. Yeah, he's seen too many battles.
What would that do to somebody?
Right. You guys will continue on this path. You'll travel for the rest of the day. You can make up a camp. I mean, it is interesting. You guys have to kind of avoid a lot of horse shit. Now that I'm thinking about it, there's literally crap everywhere. But you can eventually come to a spot to camp for the night.
Oh God, the horse flies would be so bad.
Yeah, there's flies. There's all kinds of stuff. Every now and again, you'll come across a body. Usually, it'll be a Mardanian, but sometimes it's not. It seems some people weren't as good at talking to them as you were. But that's how it goes.
So they cut the people down. Did they rifle their pockets?
Yeah,
Get the rifle
there
pockets?
are things missing for sure. They didn't take everything though. You could still try if you want to.
Yeah, I'm looking for coin. Well, I mean, unless I find something else, but yeah, I'm looking for coin and gems.
Just give me a search and check.
I'll search. I'll search around. You never know what you might find. I have rolled a 2 million. It's a 14.
It's not bad. Where is the thing? Here is the thing. Going to the thing. Yeah, now that I know where all the stuff is in this book, I'm much happier.
Helps to know where stuff in a book is.
Helps to know where stuff in a book is.
This is where I start my rant about Spycraft 2.0 being the hardest book to read, but anyway.
You're able to forge up 4 silver pieces.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's more than nothing. Thank you.
It's not all on one body. It's just at the end of your searching, you are able to come up with 4 silver
I'll
a
take it.
pieces. So you guys will set up camp. There you guys are kind of out in the open. There's not really a lot of great places to camp out here because you are on kind of hilly plains, but you can go up against one of the bigger hills in the area for like a windbreak. Set up your camp for the evening. On this night, do you do anything of note? Otherwise, we can just do the thing.
Just like a friendly reminder, and I think like a good, quiet, dark night. That's how I commune. That's how I pray. When there is silence, I listen to the hymns, to the songs, to the prayers in the silence that I've been trained to listen to. So that's what I'll do while everyone's asleep. Is I'll really just kind of meditate and zone in and listen to what the stone has to tell me.
Yeah, you're far away from rock and mountain. It's probably disorienting, right in the open sky, but there is still darkness here, for sure.
We call it the Tomb of Shadows and the Hymn of Whispers. And so when you're in pitch black, you remember the book that you read in pitch black during your time, sort of as an apostle. So sitting in the dark with my eyes closed is I'm envisioning myself again reading that book, sort of taking myself to that dark, pitch black mind palace where I can hear the songs again and read the things.
It's probably pretty comforting for you. Excellent. The imp, you might notice him watching you doing this. He doesn't say anything and he doesn't bug you, but he's watching. It seems like he's curious. I don't know, if anything. Doesn't seem malicious, you know. He's not like watching you.
That's fine. But, I'm not. I'm not gonna scold him or anything. He ain't doing nothing. Go ahead, watch away. I'm just sitting in the dark, super focused in the dark.
What does a book have that a dead body does not? An appendix. Tough room.
That's fine.
He's waving his spine around. But yeah, so you guys will hit the hay for another night of successful slumber. I feel like, yeah, I'm not one to make you roll all the time because honestly, that shit bores the crap out of me. It's like, all right, break up into chunks and then everybody roll. That shit sucks.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I stopped liking rolling for like random encounters. It's like, oh, now we're all doing a thing that I didn't really want to do. Hooray for us!
Yeah.
Isn't this fun? A fight that I didn't really plan on. Cool.
Yeah, if I want something to happen, I'll make something happen, and then like you guys can roll to see it or whatever. But yeah, so the night passes. You guys take turns on watch. Whatever. You wake up. You continue on your path on the trail of destruction. It's at this point. I guess you guys are heading pretty straight east.
Yeah, because I think the only time we'd have to break away is if they started heading south, because that takes us away from the river. It's like no, we're just following this way because it happens to be safer. But if they start breaking south, then we're gonna break north to the river.
They would eventually break south. That's fair. But you guys head north. You guys can hit the river today, probably about midday, like noonish. It's not the most roaring river, but it is. It's got a pretty good flow.
Is it? What's it looking like? What do the banks look like? What's the sort of vegetation?
So it's
like?
It's on very flat, like sort of river land. It's got just regular brown dirt, no red dirt or anything like that. Nothing of note with that, but there's a lot of overgrown grass in this area because there's not a lot of foot traffic, reeds and that kind of thing. It's sort of marshy right here. It's just not swampy because it's not like humid or anything. It's just sort of a wetland. You can wade your way through the side area. But other than that, it's a pretty broad river. It would be hard to cross.
Sort of Nile River-ish?
Less grasslandy, but yeah.
Okay, cool. That'll work.
Yeah, and no desert, obviously, but yeah, it's just sort of a lush, wet area. Nice.
So, any idea where our nearest settlement might be along the river, Mr. Clem?
I'm not exactly sure how far we've come, but I'm sure if we follow the flow, we will get there eventually.
Yes, I would imagine so as well. Old donkey eat riding fool.
Don't ride the donkey.
You do and we're not looking.
Gross.
Well, donkeys are gross, yes.
But yeah, so I think we should just continue on. We'll get there eventually. We'd have to.
If we've been heading west this whole time, I swear. I suppose we'll find out because we'll see ocean, so.
He'll think about it. I'm like, no, we're definitely heading east. Definitely heading east. I got a little confused while we were following those horse people, but yeah. We will continue on. You
Not
guys.
a mountain in sight. Nothing but flat land. I have no idea where the hell we are at this point.
It's
How
pretty
can you
hilly,
guys-
actually.
How can you people tell which way to go without mountains around?
The
You
sun,
have no landmarks.
the stars.
He points out the sun to you.
I find comfort in the open stars myself. You can trust this constellations to find your way anywhere in the world, really.
Yeah, navigating by stars is for sailors.
Works on land too, funny enough. Just beware what you look up at, I suppose, as the old tales go.
As you continue traveling, eventually you'll hear some loud noises. Sort of like a boom. Boom. Sort of off in the distance. But not very far.
That donkey's farts are awfully loud and ventriloquistic. Anyway. That was a well thought out joke. Shut up.
Does it sound kind of like gunfire? Does it sound gunfire adjacent?
At
'Cause
first,
could a reasonable
maybe.
person say, yeah, I guess the reason my question is, could a reasonable person say, that sounds kind of like gunfire?
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah. It'd be reasonable.
Do I see any flashes on the horizon in the direction of the boom?
You do not see anything of that sort.
And no billowing of smoke, because black powder would give off big plumes of white smoke.
No, you might see some smoke over there, yeah. Black smoke.
The color's wrong. If that's black powder doesn't burn black, it burns white when it's fired. I don't see any flashes of pan either. That's something else, probably magic. Or a creature. Muted, I can't hear you.
Black smoke. That means it's not safe to breathe.
I don't think white smoke is. Well, I guess. Yeah, I guess you could. Yeah, I guess that is what like tobacco is. Yeah, okay. Gross.
Yeah.
Sorry to
That's-
you,
yeah.
to your dwarf. Yeah, that's fine. But to me, it's like you smoking.
Yeah, I would, surely you have fires and forges and stuff in the caves, right? So you're breathing smoke, so you know what kind of smoke not to breathe, and that looks like bad smoke.
That's fair.
Just
It looks like the kind of
just
smoke that kills you pretty
that's-
quick.
Just like he said, that's not gunpowder smoke. That's something bad over there.
Either of you two former smokers of the cigarettes. I know Gary.
I'm-
Yeah, me, Gary.
I've known a lot of people who smoke, though, so.
Yeah.
Similar.
I was a pack a day smoker for a while.
Woof.
We lived together, and when there were no rules, we were just disgusting. We would just smoke inside, and then in between games, we would go outside and smoke in the garage, and then come back upstairs.
Yeah, we were chain smoking, playing League of Legends. It was fun.
It was. It was awesome and disgusting.
Yeah, it was terrible.
But we don't smoke cigarettes
We
anymore.
both
Hooray,
quit.
yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're no longer nicotine.
How did you quit? Did you do
I wound
anything?
up in the fucking hospital.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that was nice.
When I wound up in the hospital for 10 days and I was intubated for 3 days and dying, I came out and was like, you know what? I shouldn't smoke.
That's good.
Probably
That's
shouldn't
good. That was a
smoke
good time.
cigarette
Yeah.
again.
I had quit
probably
before
just
that. I went cold turkey too, but I did mine by choice.
Annie, my wife, had been trying to get me to quit for a while, and I was like, I'll quit, and then like hospitalized on a ventilator, like unable to breathe on my own. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll quit. This seems like a good crossroad to go ahead and make that decision.
I didn't realize that you had been smoking all the way. I thought you were like switched to vaping or something at that point.
I was doing, everybody who starts vaping, they're like vaping and smoking all that shit at the same time.
Bro, that shit was dumb. They'd be stupid. But yeah, so not to distract too much. But yeah, so there's a boom boom, and yeah, it does kind of sound like gunfire. The smoke's wrong, and the more you listen to it, the more the gunslinger will even be like, I don't think that's gunfire. It's not echoing enough.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, gunfire doesn't echo, right?
It makes a distinctive crack when you fire it, especially
Really weird
musket
sound. Yeah.
It's a very unique sound. I will actually hunker down a bit to kind of not stand out so much in the marshlands and just kind of sit and try to peer in that direction to see if I can see movement or listen more carefully to see if I can figure out what's going on out there. Because I'm afraid something's out there making those booming noises, and gunpowder or not, that doesn't sound friendly.
Ooh, very scary, Temo. So scary.
If it's a skirmish, you better steer clear. Shush.
He's gonna be like teasing the seriousness of the situation. But yeah, go ahead and give me a look check. Perception. Seeing if you have it.
10.
You're looking and you're like, you see there's something over there on the horizon, but you can't quite make it out.
It's too far. I can't make out whatever it is.
Yeah, it's a butthole roll, Doug.
You mind if I take a look
Can I
at
throw
that?
one out?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I threw it out anyway, but in case it counted. 14.
Hey, you see something big moving over there? There's something over there that's
see that?
large.
Would
There's
a
something
plus
big over
2
there.
change the result of that at all?
Yeah.
Because I would help action that just so we don't all roll and then roll and then roll.
You can help
But-
action it.
Yeah, searching perception's my thing, and then if I fail it, I get a re-roll also. So I should have just jumped ahead of you guys, but I didn't want to cut anybody off. I want us all to get to roll and have fun. So yeah, I'll throw a plus 2 on that if you'll allow it, and make that 14 a 16.
Yeah, you'll see a large something over there, and the dwarf will recognize it for what it is. That off in the horizon, you can see a giant stomping about.
Is that a giant? Actually?
Complicated history, dwarves and giants.
I think
Uh,
we best stay clear.
Jahan, refresh me. Are giants a thing at all in the valley?
Not really.
Don't think they are.
No.
Yeah.
No, you guys have there's trolls and orcs and ogres and that kind of thing. Like there are large creatures, but giants are distinctly different.
Yeah.
They're much bigger usually.
So do we just wait this out, or do we talk to it?
I would prefer if we avoided it, personally.
I don't know if we can. Hmm?
I wouldn't talk to it. They're not civilized.
This
Right,
may
are
be
they-
why.
I gotta ask you that, Jahan, before. They're not like civilized, right? They don't have like towns and stuff, right? They're more
The
feral,
Mardinians live with them and are typically part giant. Like their people can have giant's blood, so they can be civilized, but some of them are feral and rogue.
Okay.
I mean, they can talk and like they do have minds. They are intelligent, so it's not like a beast, but it is.
So talking to it, it might let you go.
Talking
It's
to
not
it
just
is an
gonna be
option.
like- it's not just going to be like meat on bone and then eat you. It's not that kind of giant.
Depends on when it last ate.
If it's hungry enough, it might not give a damn.
If it's hungry enough, it might completely not.
I think all of these are important questions to set
They
before
are.
we decide how to handle this giant.
They
We
are.
need to know in this setting, I guess, how giants are and make sure we all understand the situation.
There should be a boon reward that makes the imp do something heroic or something stupid. Yeah. So you could doom a player. And I can make it do something stupid, or you could boon me.
You should
I guess. Yeah.
add a new add a new option for the imp, just like a
Just for the imp.
600 or 800 point option that just says imp. And
I
then
don't know.
you do
1,000
something-
points seems more fair to me.
There you go. 1,000 sounds great.
10,000 maybe.
An
even
impism. Yeah.
Yeah, just an impism. Just 500 points and Jahan does an imp thing.
I feel like that's a good. Yeah, we can do that. In the meantime, though, you could probably just boon or doom and then just put imp as the target, and that could work.
more. But is this giant? Well, actually, I'll say because I can't see it. Is it moving away from us or across our bow? Well, sorry, left to right,
It seems
north to
to
south.
be milling about in the region, not really heading anywhere in particular. He seems to be where he doesn't seem to have a destination. He seems to be where he wants to be.
Oh, fudge. Alright. Because if we want to avoid it, we'd have to swing so far south to range around it. I don't know. Are we... I've never dealt with a giant.
Complicated history, giants and dwarves.
Hell with it.
Ain't that the truth?
I'll stand up and just start heading straight at the giant.
I'm gonna give myself a vantage
Make
point.
this easy.
I'm gonna be Plan B. I'm gonna get lined up, ready to shoot and aim. I bet I have more dexterity than a giant, so I'm gonna do my thing while you do your thing.
You can sneak along the brush on the riverbank. You can't really get an elevated position, but you can stay hidden.
That'll work. Thank you, sir.
What were you saying, Temo? Were you doing a thing?
Nothing really specific, but I do like make sure my faceplate is on and I'm all helmeted up
I believe
alongside
Temo.
Harzar's side.
I'll
Temo remarked it's not getting any easier. I believe it was.
I'll hang back a bit. Is what I'll do. Have a good time.
It's probably wise, yes.
But you will.
Oh, and your Gus, Mr. Gus. Oh, sorry, I just realized, Mr. Burns. I would appreciate if you didn't shoot it unless we start fighting it. I would like to try to talk my way past this thing because I don't know how well it's gonna go.
I wasn't really planning on shooting it. No. That seems
Good. Just wanted to make sure.
Seems pretty stupid.
Well, good to know you're sober and wise.
Enough to not shoot a giant. Yeah. That's
Back in the valley, I've heard of people throwing spears at giant beasts, so one has to check these things.
Sounds like a wild time. You guys will approach the giant. As you get closer, you can kind of see what it's up to. It has a cart knocked over, and it is eating a horse.
It's recently fed.
It's just sort of wandering around looking at stuff. It's like picking up wagon wheels and like throwing them. It's like looking through the stuff in this wagon.
Is it daytime or nighttime currently?
Is at this point midday. Well, it's it's in the afternoon. So probably about 4.
Oi there, giant!
Oh, he'll look around. He's like looking up.
A bit lower, by the ankles, in the grass.
He'll start wandering towards you, like with a smirk. Sort of chuckling. His face is all red with horse blood. It's very unsettling. On his way to you, he shall put the horse down and pick up a large tree trunk.
You there? I'm Arzar. What's your name, eh?
What are you doing here, little guy?
Oh, me?
He's gonna like kind of crouch down and look at you. He's gonna poke you with a big finger.
I'll probably stumble back, so I won't be able to move away fast enough. It's just a thud. Pick myself up. I'm going to a bazaar, I think. I'm traveling the area, you see. So, looking around, seeing stuff, sightseeing, you know.
Oh, yeah, that's where they were headed.
Who was?
He'll point at the wagon that's overturned.
Who were they?
I don't know.
I look for Wilford.
He's
I don't know.
he's not anywhere that you can see. He's like way down the road.
Oh, damn. Were they kind of plump looking? Did they have the long skirts, or they have those funny hats on?
Huh. They didn't have any of that, no.
Oh. Well, I don't know who they were then. Never mind.
He'll look down at you. I suppose we should continue this conversation next time. And we're gonna go ahead and call it there. Hey there, everybody! Thanks for watching Fantasy Age. This is Fantasy Age 2nd Edition. If you want to check it out at greenrowanstore.com. You can use code FreshOutTheBox to get 5% off, help the channel, that kind of thing. And yeah, this has been fun. I'm enjoying this game. Hopefully next time Keanu will be back, but you know, we'll see. Thank you everyone for watching. I've been Johananon at RockFact on Twitter, but also I'm on other stuff now because there's like 30 new apps, so I'm on all of them.
It's me, Casualty CDG. I'm not on all of them yet. I'm still trying to see which one's the real one. I don't know if it's going to be Meta's Twitter or the new Twitter's Twitter or Elon Musk's Twitter. I don't know whose Twitter's going to win the Twitter battle.
It's too soon to say on Blue Sky if it's going to be any good, but so far Threads is not bad.
I know that Mastodon did not win the Twitter war.
Mastodon's
Twitter
weird.
beat Mastodon at being Twitter. So
Mastodon's like
that's
a
not the one.
weird Discord Twitter hybrid, and I never did get the hang of it.
Anyways, you can find me at Casualty CDG on the things. You can find us at Fresh Out the Box TTRPG on YouTube. You can find us at twitch.tv/Johananon. Also, if you like mine and Jahan's voices, but you wish that we were talking about movies, streaming shows, and video games, I have got good news for you. Every Tuesday, we record a brand new episode of Fresh Out the Podcast. There are over 100 episodes of Fresh Out the Podcast available where all podcasts are available. We talk about things, you'll like it. Check out Fresh Out the Podcast, and then come watch us play more tabletop games. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll be here making jokes and doing whatever we do.
I've been AD Springer, also known as Corbidian. You can follow me here on Twitch under Corbidian, where I stream various things like variety variety of video games, as well as TTRPGs. Like this Saturday, I'll be doing another Traveler 5 session. And I think they're about to get involved in a war or piracy, maybe, sort of. It's a long story. Otherwise, you can follow me at ElectricMattCHSR on Twitter currently, which also currently has my link tree to all the other things I have that may go into something else, but for now, it's on Twitter. Looking forward to seeing you another time.
And it's been me. Wow, all crispy. Aaron Baumier, game designer with Adventure Sling Productions, co-host of our Adventure Sling podcast. Right now, we have Neo Varden in crowdfund, in the crowdfunding stage on GameFound, which is pretty cool because one way or another, that game is getting produced. This within the next 6 to 8 months, I think, actually, is our timeline right now. Really excited about that. Check it out at adventureslang.com. We have our links to the crowdfund there. It was also where you can find all of our episodes of the Adventure Slang podcast, as well as videos and stuff that we have done with Neo Varden and just all the other good news. Especially while the Twitter wars continue. Yeah, check it out. adventureslang.com. That's me. Thank you all very much.
Thanks everyone for watching. Stay fresh.
My dog ate one of my nails.